Greetings, listeners. RJ here with your newest episode lucky number 13 of Realms and Nerds. Before we get into the show, don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on iTunes / Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podbean, which is our hosting site, Google Podcasts, and any third-party podcasting apps. Don't forget to follow us on social media. You can find us on Facebook. We both have a page and a Facebook fan group, Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr. If you make a post about the show on social media, don't forget to include the hashtag Realms Nerds, all one word, Realms Nerds. Don't forget to share the show with people you think might like it. As I like to say, sharing the show is really the best way for us to grow our listener audience. Thank you again to our friend Kyle for composing the main introductory theme for the show. We can't thank you enough, Kyle. You're fantastic. The tune is fantastic. And finally, thank you, listener, for taking the time to listen to our podcast. We super appreciate you. We hope you enjoy the show. And without any further ado, we shall now delve back into the realm of the Return of Ornon. Previously on Realms and Nerds, The Return of Ornon.
Matilda comes from a long line of smiths. She was going to be married off to the Silver Twists. This was an arranged marriage. She didn't want it.
The groom, Hiron, is actually extending his hand to you.
I would like to draw my rapier and skewer him through the throat.
The street in front of you is suddenly blocked by Captain Artemis. Mikhail, how could you do this?
I believe I have some information that you may find interesting.
It appears to be a ledger of all of Hiram Silvertwist's secret dealings. This information will take some time to get straightened out. Leave through the alley across the square. This conversation never happened. I found this book out on the steps of the vault.
Seeing as I'm kind of wanted, would you all be pretty to call me Brunhilde from now on?
They spoke of a three-horned monstrosity heading north, and I believe he fits the description of your Malleopolis.
Are we heading then towards Wolfshold?
Did Artemis not say that there were previous adventurers that released the Lich there?
Well, maybe if we find these adventurers, we can learn more.
You guys are camped a little bit outside the city of Beacon. You're to the north of the city, but still sitting kind of west of the mountain. Now, I'd like a little bit of discussion from the group about what your plan is going forward here.
Well, boys, we got out. What's our next moves?
Yeah, you forgot the lady.
Boys.
You forgot the lady.
Apologies, you're still new to the group.
Be a gentleman.
I'm sorry. Forgot she was here.
Wow, that's really cool. I'm not gonna lie, she's sitting right here.
We literally met her last night.
Alright. Wow. Alright.
Technically, Seebo's with her last night.
Anyways, gentlemen and lady, I propose that we head north to go check out this fang, where apparently the Lich was released.
Incorrect. That would be where Malleopolis was last seen.
True, but it appears that Malleopolis is in alignment with this Lich.
I mean, the Lich, I hear, was released in the north, just more northeast, as opposed to northwest.
Yeah, well, either way, I think that if we go and check out where it was released, it could be beneficial to us. Plus, it will get us closer to Mikhail's final destination.
So, Brunhilde, what do you think?
Kind of have no idea what's going on here. So I'm just gonna kind of follow you guys around until you guys haven't explained anything to me.
Oh.
Nothing.
Long story short, some idiots up north unleashed a Lich, and we're trying to find these magical items that keeps it alive, or keeps it from being able to be killed, I should say. And we're attempting to collect them so they can all be destroyed. We don't know how to destroy them yet, but the goal is to collect them all.
So I think we have sort of a montage here where basically you guys spend about an hour and more or less catch Brunhilde up on the basic structure of what you guys have been doing.
Then we send an army after a ragtag group of people that are just trying to make some money on a roadside.
Yeah, and then after that we stole a lot of gold. My family took it away from us.
I pissed off a tree.
After that,
Several, if I'm correct.
we killed some guy who had this ring. Got the ring, took the ring back to Beacon.
I grew over a foot taller.
And then we pissed some people off at Beacon when Mikhail killed your to-be husband.
I mean, she was like, for that
And
part.
now we're here.
Generally, our history is pissing people off pretty much everywhere we go.
It doesn't help that Mikhail killed your fiance, but he did that in the name
Actually,
of Bahamut.
husband, I believe the ceremony was complete.
Valid point. Did that in the name of Bahamut, though, so it was all worth it in the end.
From what I hear about weddings under Bahamut, that's exactly how it's supposed to go.
I'm liking you. You understand
If it
this
wasn't meant to
religion.
be, Bahamut says no.
The victor is the one who walks off with the bride.
See, now that
Okay.
would just
Do we need to watch you,
fantastic with
Mikhail?
Mr. Bull.
I have no horse in this race, but
I hear you got a llama in it, though.
I'm merely a bystander that couldn't stand for the horse that won.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes,
I think
we
that's
should be.
That's a pretty succinct. I actually like the one thing. Our story is basically a history of pissing people off.
Yeah. So, are we in agreement that we're going north?
On the road again. Gotta get on
All
the
in
road
favor,
again.
say aye.
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 All right.
So you guys are going to head north to Wolf's Hold and try to figure out where the Lich was raised. Right? That's the basic
Yeah.
idea here.
I've yet to add a wolf loincloth to my collection.
I don't know if they actually
Really?
have wolves there.
If you find a wolf,
I think that was
let me
just
know.
somebody's name.
So anyways, so you guys have decided to head north to Wolf's Hold. Are you going to cut through the forest and go straight there, or are you going to go around kind of by way of the road to Timber's Crest and then north?
Shortest distance between 2 points is a line. I suggest we follow the line that heads straight north.
I suggest whatever way it takes us away from getting caught in that manhunt for us. Specifically for you.
I say we stay off the roads then. Let's cut through the forest.
They'll stop hunting us when they find the dead following
Appreciate
us.
that.
Seems like a good idea to me, too.
Forest it is.
So, through the forest you go. I think right now you've built up enough sort of goodwill with the people of the forest that you don't have any particular encounters of note. You bump into maybe a little caravan of gnome performers. Yeah. You think like, sort of like a traveling circus kind of wagon.
Or a gypsy show.
Yeah, like a gypsy show.
There you go.
That's good. So you kind of run into them on one of the sort of side trails through the forest.
I play my fiddle for him.
Seebo stops and plays fiddle with him for a little bit.
Rhomash dances.
Because we're not trying to save the world or anything there, Seebo.
You might not know, but I'm
If
a
Link
fiddle
can
player,
stop-
too.
Yeah, other than that, you guys more or less make it north without incident, and after a few days of travel, you arrive on the outskirts of Wolf's Hold.
Damn, it's chilly up here.
Hey, you get used to it after a while.
No, you don't. Oh, shit.
That's alright. I've been around these parts a few times.
Oh, clearly. You got a bunch of scales and, that literal fire inside of you, too.
You're talking to a boy who has hunted in the south where he is the law. It appears up here for him the law is the cold.
Joan puts a shaky middle finger up to him.
He cries like a wee baby.
Don't let that finger freeze, it might fall off.
I'd love to see that.
Oh, man up.
Alright, so are you guys gonna head into town?
Yeah, we should
Get
probably
thee
go.
to the nearest tavern.
Okay.
I think Rhomash is actually going to make his way...
How many days of travel has it been, by the way?
I'm gonna say it was about a week.
5 more days until I can get drunk.
Rhomash is going to head directly for any authority he can find, like a sheriff or something, because
I'm just going to check for wanted
he
signs.
assumes that these guys were in prison. I think we were told that, actually, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yes.
so he's going to head straight for, like, the jailhouse or whatever, see if he can't find some information on these guys.
Yeah, Seebo is going to scout the town, just see what he can learn, as he kind of just tries to stay under the radar and gather information.
Mikhail is looking for wanted posters, specifically of, like, Malleoculus or anybody he knows would be directly under him.
Jonah's going to go to the Wolf's Hold Tavern, what's it called? I think it's just called the Wolf's Hold Bar.
It was an inn, though, because
Yeah,
you guys stayed there.
Wolf's Hold.
it was the inn.
Okay, I guess...
Let's just call it the inn.
Hey Harrison, do I have like all of my gear? Do I have like my axe and whatnot, or should I go out and go look?
I
for
stole
stuff?
it! No.
I think all of the gear that you had with you was your armor and the short sword.
Brunhilde's gonna go out and look for an axe and try to get some of the gear, or try to get some adventuring gear around so that she's not so under-provisioned.
Did we ever establish how much gold you have?
I don't think we did.
All that you got
He
from your
stole
heist
all
from
that
stealing
gold.
Let's say he stole
from
gold.
Silver Twist.
So,
We never really resolved that. What did you do with the gold?
I guess I gave a share to Seebo. I took a large share of it, and then I gave the rest to Cedra to put in to hide away, put in an account, do something with.
Okay, I'm gonna say Seebo, we'll say you got 500 gold from that. Brunhilde has 2,000 gold.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I totally forgot. Another thing that I forgot to mention was the trinket that Matilda has.
Brunhilde.
Or,
Matilda.
You can say
Sam,
You can say
Matilda.
Matilda.
well, I'm gonna try and get into Brunhilde because
Okay.
that's like what she's gonna be going by.
Yeah.
But so, the trinket that you have is a small medallion that hangs on a chain around your neck. And basically what it is even though you are undercover, sort of, kind of living at, low class, trying to change your identity, if you show this medallion to basically anyone that would have, either is from the area that you live in or would have a reason to know basically something about the noble families of the world, if you show them this medallion, it basically proves your credentials of who you really are. So the way that works in the game is you can use that if you need to increase like a bluff check to try and get past someone, or if you are like trying to get into, say like a castle or something that you wouldn't normally be allowed into, things like that.
In the backgrounds, there's like a noble.
Yeah.
And should I add that perk along with the other perk that I had?
Yeah, basically, more or less I came up with this idea to sort of prove that noble birth kind of thing, because you're undercover and you don't have the look or the bearing of a noble woman right now. So, basically, this is kind of, if you need to, you can use it to prove that you are a noble and potentially get yourself in or out of a situation.
Okay.
Okay, so, Mikhail, first of all, out looking for wanted posters to see if you can figure anything out, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, are you just gonna look around town? Are you gonna go past the sheriff's office? Where are you looking for this?
I more or less make a lap of all the main streets and work my way from one side of the city to the other to kind of get the layout of the town.
Okay.
And while I'm doing that, I'm looking for any outstanding posters that would have kind of like a mysterious link to anybody who uses fire magic or has the visage of having 3 horns and fiery wings.
Do a,
Investigation or...
yeah, do an investigation check for this.
16.
And you don't see anything that
blatantly seems like Malleoculus. I think that you see a couple of old kind of news bulletins that are kind of pinned up that are from a little while ago, sort of detailing the events of a lich supposedly being raised.
Any local villains?
There's, just like any other town, there's probably a few posters up for various criminals with bounties by them. I think none of them particularly stand out to you as being part of the task at hand, so to speak. None of them involve anything like arson or any sort of unnatural killings or anything like that. Also, like I said, you found a news bulletin from a little while ago. Kind of think of this sort of as like a gossip magazine of the town. Clearly this one's a little bit older. It's a little bit weather-beaten from sitting on the side of this building for a while, but basically it's got this fantastic story about, a lich being raised and that...
A gopher hunt leading to,
Yeah, he would probably go for this.
And that this lich struck down 300 men in a desperate fight south of town, and, that he's taken off to parts unknown, and that mothers clutch their children at night in fear, and all of this crazy sort of sensational stuff about the story.
Did that story include any of the names of the adventurers, or is that just the lich?
Yeah, I think that it says that it was a group of people that was not well known. I think there's some speculation. They got right. I think they said that one of them was known to be they said he was a circus performer, and they said the other one, another one of them was known as a hermit that practiced black magic. But the other two were unknown in these parts.
I'm reading the tabloids going, the fuck?
So no, I guess to answer your question directly, none of them were called by name. So let's go to the sheriff's office.
Alright.
So the sheriff's office in this town is built sort of like a log cabin. It's pretty rough-hewn timber, but it looks like it's been standing for a long time, fairly thick. I mean, these are big logs they use to construct this, so it's a thick, solid building. Got a little porch in the front.
Right.
And the porch has been freshly remodeled, so as you come up to the front of the stairs, it has a smell of fresh pine.
Rhomash breathes it in slowly. That's some good pine. And he walks in the door.
Hello, stranger, I'm Sheriff Jackson. What can I do for you?
Well, Jackson, my compatriots...
That's Sheriff Jackson to you.
Sheriff, my apologies. My compatriots and I have come from a long ways away to inquire about the Lich. We've heard rumors of its existence, and its beginnings all come from this place. Could you tell me anything you know about it? Perhaps
His face, I think, gets sort of dark, and he... What do you know about the Lich?
Well, we know that he requires several magical artifacts to stay alive, and our goal is to find them, but we need more information on this Lich and his whereabouts, his followers. We heard that some travelers...
Let me stop you right there. Who's this we you're talking about?
My group you're talking about?
You're the only one I see here. Who's this we we're talking about?
My friends are out, either resting or inquiring gossip about this. I was appointed one to come to you directly. Everyone else is busy elsewhere. They are here, though. I had some specific questions of my own about the Lich and the people who released it. We heard that they were put here and accused of raising the Lich on purpose. Is that what happened? Was it an accident? What happened exactly?
Yeah, they were brought here. We had a trial and they were found guilty. I mean, they protested their innocence, but the evidence was pretty damning.
Their innocence? They're claiming they were innocent? What did they say?
Oh, the stories range. There was this one dwarven fella. He claimed that it was all just a big mistake. The other three more or less said the dwarf was a fuck up.
Well, I mean, that sounds about right half the time, so continue.
Well, like I said, we had a fair trial for them, and they were found guilty. They were the only ones that went down there in that burial mound, and...
Burial mound? What's that about?
Well, you see, this town doesn't have the, best of history. Long time ago, long before any of us, there was this sorcerer that tried to take over the town, and when he was killed, he and his followers were buried in a mound a ways out in the forest, and, that was where these adventurers went down to, and when they sent a lich out, we sent soldiers to investigate and caught them in the act.
Interesting. Where are these adventurers now?
They're safely locked away.
You wouldn't happen to know where, would you?
I wouldn't happen to know why I should tell you.
I suppose that's fair. I think I've gotten all the information I need. I just want to assure you, Sheriff, our only intention is to get rid of this lich. That is all. We just need more information to help us in our quest. Have you heard of a Malleoculus, a three-horned man or creature of sorts, with flames coming from him? A demon of sorts, as it were.
Listen here, stranger. You seem to know a lot about what's going on and who seems to be what in this. To be honest, I think it's a little bit too much.
Well, it seems to me you know too little, considering this started around here. I'm wondering why you're not more investigative in this, or why you're not trying to do anything by this lich.
Listen here! Don't you dare come into my town and accuse me of not providing law and order. I'm the sheriff. I keep this town running nice and smooth.
Why is there a lich out?
Now I suggest that you and whatever fellas you got running around the town turn yourselves around and get right on out of here.
Rhomash turns around and just walks out.
Have a nice day. So, where did Seebo go? What was he doing here?
Seebo, is walking around the town, like I said, trying to remain as under the radar as possible, not trying to draw any attention to himself, but simply trying to learn the inner workings of this town.
Why don't you do a stealth check for me?
22.
Okay, so yeah, I think that you are easily enough able to blend in with the crowd and kind of just walk around and more or less get a lay of the land without drawing too much attention. Do you have any specific questions you want to ask now, or do you want to just kind of save that knowledge, sort of, if it needs
to come up?
Okay, let's go to Brunhilde next, who is going over to sort of the, we'll say there's a store front across the top right above the door is emblazoned the name, the Adventuring Outfitters.
The Adventuring Outfitters.
That was a little more 60s futurism than I was going with this. But,
Adventures out there.
so there's this store, yeah, the Adventuring Outfitters, and so you're gonna go in there and basically restock on what you need here.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you buying in the store?
I'm buying a great axe.
Okay.
A light crossbow with 20 bolts. An adventurer's pack. Some smith tools. And I wanted to check around about some magical items.
Okay. Just open-ended, or do you have, like, specific ones you were going to ask them about?
Just kind of open-ended what they have in stock.
Okay. Yeah, I think that this store does not really have anything like that in stock right now.
I was wondering if there was also a smith in town that could improve my axe for me.
I think there is a smith in town. So what exactly are you looking to do with your axe here?
Just give it a +1.
Okay. So yeah, I guess you walk down the road. I think maybe ask one or two people for directions, and kind of off a little side street you find a smith shop. So you're going to go ahead and give him your axe and get this upgrade on it?
Yeah.
Okay, so I think you hand the axe over, and he says to come back in a couple hours, and he'll have it done for you. He can do the job for you for, he says 50 gold pieces.
Well, thank you, sir.
So how much did you...
Brunhilde's thinking, I would cost so much.
So how much did you spend on all your stuff?
Like, just under 100 gold.
You multiply it by 10, what it says in the book. So if it's 5 gold pieces, it's 50 gold pieces. If it's 50 gold pieces, it's 500.
So, I have 9,014 gold left.
Good fucking god!
You have how much left?
Or 914 gold left.
He said 9,000. I'm like, huh?
I spent just under 100. Now I've spent most of my gold.
Ooh.
She ain't too rich no more, but she can at least smith her own things.
Yeah. Why didn't I improve it myself?
Should've just walked in and be like, hey, yo, grandma, yo, forge.
Like, huh?
Yo, man, come on your forge.
Okay.
I'll give you 25 gold pieces.
Yo, ma.
Okay, so let's go to Joan, who is going to the tavern.
Door swings open, the bell rings. Howdy, bartender.
Well, hello there.
Can I get one of those Hound's Bite Extra Aged whiskeys for this cold day?
A fine choice, a fine choice.
Yeah, you know it.
And he pours you a glass and slides it down the bar to you.
Thank you much.
Now, I don't remember seeing you in these parts before.
It's because you haven't. I'm new around here.
Where are you coming in from?
A bit southeast.
Alright.
He's gonna down a drink of the whiskey.
Okay.
And he can easily take. He can easily just drink it all in one go, but he doesn't want to set off any alarms here.
So you just took a sip of it then?
Yeah, drinks it like he would if he could get drunk.
Okay.
So, there's some spooky stuff is going on around these parts lately.
What do you mean by spooky?
I don't know, things about undead people. You know, I hear stories traveling. I travel a lot, so I just hear stories, you know.
Oh, you would be referring to the Lich then, eh?
Probably. Like I said, just stories, so all I ever really got was undead. That sounds about right.
Well, listen here. He realizes that as you've been talking, you've emptied most of the glass, so he just grabs it and kind of refills it for you without really asking and slides it back over.
Thank you
Says,
kindly.
Listen here. Old Thule will tell you a story about this here Lich.
O'Toole. Where can I find this O'Toole fella?
I'm O'Toole!
Oh, sorry, sir. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I mean, I guess I can't blame you too much with how tall you is. You probably ain't got much in that head other than clouds.
You got that right.
Well, listen here, alright? Them's 4 adventurers that went down into the burial mound. I sent them there.
Really?
Oh yeah.
4 adventures. I mean, I run across people. Maybe I knew them.
Well, there was the one feller name of, Dracarys. Dracarys, that's what it was.
Okay.
He was the one that was supposed to be in charge of the operation.
Where can I find this Dracarys fella now?
Ooh, those soldiers done taking him away.
Taking him away? Where'd they go?
They took him up to the prison.
Like the jail here in town?
Oh, no. They was accused of being high criminals. They took him up to the Fang.
They took him to the Fang. But only the worst of the worst go to the Fang.
Well, that's rightly so, and the people of the town thought that raising a lich made you the worst of the worst, I suppose.
Well, couldn't disagree with you there.
Anyways, for a few extra coins, I could maybe give you a map to the old burial mound if you're a thrill seeker.
Burial mound? What's the burial mound got to do with all this?
Well, that was where the lich was.
You don't say.
I do.
Well, shuck it darn, and call me Susie. Here's some extra coins for that map.
I think he actually has one drawn up already underneath the counter.
He's just been waiting for the sucker.
He's been trying to make a little bit of extra side money out of sort of sensationalizing this story.
Well, let me draw this map up.
So
Bam.
he pulls it out from underneath the counter and slides it across to you.
This ain't too far, just outside of town.
Oh yeah, you can walk there in a couple hours.
What's this black thing in the middle, though?
What's that? Oh, that's he licks his thumb and scrubs it a little bit. Yep, just a little bit of dinner from last night.
Oh, I got you there. That's all good. I thank you kindly for this information, and if I could get another one of these for the road.
Well, that would be against the liquor laws, but hey, what the hell?
You're my kind of man, O'Toole.
Joan suddenly pulls out his badge. You're going to jail.
I'm a cop.
The badge is poorly carved out of wood, and it says, I am the law.
So he pours you one more, and then I guess you're gonna pay for your drinks and get out of here. I assume you're paying.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm giving him a nice tip, too, for, the hospitality
Okay.
and the service.
I think you're down, we'll say, that was about 30 gold pieces.
Okay.
Now you guys have all kind of gathered your information or done the tasks you wanted to do. You guys grouping back up here, or what are you doing?
I'm trying to find my idiots.
Okay.
Sounds about right.
After Seebo's done scouting out the town, he's going to go to the inn because he assumes that's where they're going to congregate.
Okay.
I was going to say, Mikhail is seeking a bed just because the cold has taken a toll on his stamina.
Rhomash is seeking to leave.
Joan walks out the door, sees them all coming, and is like,
Well, I guess I better just go back inside.
Yeah, truly, I forgot about how cold it was outside, and your tavern's mighty warm, so you got a few spare beds open for the night? I get a feeling my compatriots and I are going to be resting here.
Oh yeah, I got a couple of rooms available. And he looks around at the group. I got 3 rooms available, so I think a couple of you are gonna have to double up.
Don't worry about me. I don't intend to stay here tonight.
I don't know what you've got going on there. I almost called you Dracarys.
What?
Well, I guess I'll let you all talk about it, and you can get back to me on if you want those rooms.
Thank you, kind sir.
Before we decide anything, did any of you figure anything out about the Lich or the adventurers that were here?
Before we decide anything, I'm not sleeping with any of you. I'm getting my own room.
Seriously, guys, do you have any information?
Yeah, Houndsbut's really good.
I mean, I
Okay.
Rhomash slept.
So, like, just for the sake of time, is there anything that you guys are holding to yourself, or are we just going to assume that you guys just basically talk about what you discovered?
talk about what we discovered.
I slowly sip water at the bar
Okay.
and listen to the conversation before heading to my room.
Are you sitting at the bar, or do you guys get a table?
We get a table.
Alright, then I'm sitting at the table,
Okay. So you're not saying anything, you're just
listening.
listening? Okay.
I don't think I've gathered that much valuable information.
So then, I guess,
Thanks for sharing.
Joan, Rhomash, and Seebo, I guess, talk about what you've discovered.
He says it was a smudge on the map from dinner, but I don't believe it.
So, what are we, where are we going from here now, I guess?
Rhomash
Bed.
does not want to go to bed. Rhomash, considering after his little inquiry with the sheriff, he's a little sketchy about everything going on. He wants to learn more, and his idea of that is actually going to the burial mound by himself. Considering everyone else wants to go to bed.
I don't want to go to bed.
I mean, it's the middle of the day, as I was just.
I thought it
reminded.
was night. Or
No,
coming to
it was. He
evening
said
by
it
the
was
sound
early
of it.
afternoon,
Oh.
which is why the bar isn't
Well, fuck it.
full.
If it's early afternoon, even though I've gone to my room, I would have watched for anybody leaving. Then, in that case, I would take the option of jumping out the window and following.
Seebo's going to join Rhomash if he's leaving.
How's about this? It's only about a little past midday, so we could probably go and check out that burial mound and come back here and stay at the inn overnight, and then head to the Fang.
I don't know about that. After that confrontation that we had with the sheriff, I don't know if sticking around town's the best idea.
I mean, he doesn't know who the rest of us are.
Yeah,
I'm not too worried. It's just the sheriff.
Mikhail's a wanted criminal.
Joan, the number of times you have not been worried concern me.
Well, anyway, I don't know about the rest of you, but I'm leaving to check it out. So if you want to come along, let's go.
I mean, I've got the map, so...
Is Brunhilde coming too?
She sees Seebo leaving, and she comes along too.
Okay, so you guys are all heading towards the burial mound.
The burial mound.
Mikhail, if you keep making those jokes, I'm gonna bury you in this mountain.
As we're going, Rhomash would like to keep an eye out just to make sure the sheriff isn't like following them or trying to spy on them or anything, because he doesn't trust the sheriff. The sheriff's sketchy.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think you see the sheriff around.
Nah.
So, yeah, I mean, it doesn't take long. It's a fairly short walk down to where the burial mound is.
I knew that black smudge wasn't just his dinner. Look at this dead-ass tree right here in the middle.
It almost looks like it was burned.
Yeah, basically.
Can I do a perception check of the area?
Okay.
That's an 11.
Okay. Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
I didn't know anybody was aware that Mikhail was there.
again, is Mikhail like creeper following
It's
them,
because
or
he just joined.
Yeah, and then
He
he just kind of like shows up and says that.
It's
Okay.
becoming sort of a normal thing, considering he does this a couple times, has at least done
Yeah.
it once. So I mean,
Okay, so yeah, I mean, you see a field with tall grass. There's some little patches you can see where the grass is a little bit shorter. There's a mound that goes up with this burned tree on top.
okay.
Could I do a check? Would I do investigation or perception?
What are you checking?
I was trying to figure out, because the map says... Because we're at the spot where the map says the burial mound is, right?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, so trying to find, I guess...
I guess
where it is.
investigation then.
Okay. Yeah, that's a 10.
He was also going to investigate to see if his map reading skills, which he knows are much better than
Okay.
19.
Yeah, Joan, you go over and you start examining the tree, and,
This tree's definitely on the map.
you're drawn to burnt trees. And, Seebo takes the map from you while
It's
you're
mine.
examining the tree,
Calm
and,
down.
I paid for it.
Yeah, alright, fine.
he realizes that a little ways away from the tree there is a hole.
I found it! It's right there!
Cool. Now give me my map back.
By the way, Joan, since when has Seebo ever cared who paid for what?
Yeah,
He just
That
takes
is
things.
fair.
You know what, Joan? By the way, I'd like my dagger back at some point.
No.
Fine.
All right, Rhomash, go to the hole they found.
Give me mine back from Jack and then we'll talk.
Okay. So, just jumping right in then, huh?
Well, climbing
Why
down.
the fuck not? Well,
Okay.
obviously climbing down, probably.
I mean, if y'all aren't opposed, I'll go down into the depths first.
Sounds good to me.
Into the dark depths.
Kicks him down.
Alright, so Seebo's gonna climb down barehanded first, and then he's gonna tell the rest of the group about how far it is, so they know how much rope to use.
Okay, do an athletics check on that.
11.
Okay, not great. You get a couple feet down into the hole when suddenly your foot goes to plant and you just feel nothing but open air, and it actually makes you lose your balance a little bit, and you slide, and now you're hanging on to a root of the tree that has kind of grown close to this hole, and you were hanging on, but your feet are dangling down into open air at this point.
Well, how deep is it?
Yeah, I'm gonna climb back up.
I so
Wait,
fail.
why are you... What?
Yeah, I don't know. It just goes into a pit.
Do you want some help?
From you?
I mean, I'm here to help.
Fine, throw a rope down.
Take my rope out and lower it down for him to get.
Okay. Are you anchoring it, or are you just holding on to the rope?
I mean, he's not too heavy, so I'm just going to hold on to it.
Okay. So, go ahead and roll a strength check.
19.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to pull Seebo out of the hole.
You might want to lay off the desserts for a while there, Seebo.
Hey! Yeah, so, let's store a rope down, guys.
How deep does it go?
I've got like 130 feet of rope, so...
I mean, that should be enough.
Seebo's gonna look around for a anchor point.
Okay.
I mean, there's a tree.
The best anchor point is probably going to be the tree that's a short distance away.
That's the tree.
Okay. What kind of knot are you using?
Ooh. That, I'm gonna use a figure 8.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And, figure 8. That's a fantastic knot, good shirt.
Good shirt.
Good shirt.
Good shirt. Good shirt.
And, he's gonna throw the rest of the rope down.
So you throw your rope down, and then I guess everybody's going down?
Yep.
Or how are we doing this?
I'm gonna go down.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody that's going down, roll an athletics check for me.
13. Which one, athletics?
Yeah.
That's gonna be 21.
It's 15.
13.
17.
Alright, yeah, I think this isn't a particularly difficult climb down. I think that you guys are all able to make it down more or less without incident.
We can see in here if we have dark vision, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well,
I
I
mean,
don't.
that is the point of dark vision,
Yes.
right?
Rhomash is the only one that doesn't, so
Produce
he's
flame.
gonna, produce flame.
Joan notices
Does
the
Brunhilde
painting.
have dark vision?
She's a
She's
a dwarf.
Oh, that's right, the dwarves have it.
How's it?
Automated.
Joan
Dragonborn doesn't have dark.
Joan
vision,
sees
so-
the painting on the wall and is going to go examine it.
Okay. So are you just looking at it, or...
I mean,
Rhomash is gonna-
what it means.
Rhomash, on the other hand, is gonna go
what's
to
the
the wall that's
painting
been
doing
smashed
down
in.
here? So he's just standing in front of it, examining it.
Okay.
Seebo would also like to look at this painting, but, he'd like to try and determine the wealth of this painting.
Okay, so I need Joan and Seebo to make a dexterity saving throw.
19.
17.
As you're examining the painting, suddenly a pit opens up underneath you as a trapdoor slides open, and you fall into the trap and take 1 point of damage. And you are now 10 feet down in a pit.
So,
3 feet shorter than I could. Wait, with my arms reach, can I basically.
oh my god, that's right, he's so fucking tall.
And he puts Seebo on his...
Yeah, if
He
Seebo
picks
climbs on my
Seebo up.
shoulders, we could easily get out.
Rhomash,
Alright, Seebo, climb up. We're getting out of here.
Rhomash just leans a little bit over the hole and goes, so, how's that working for you guys?
Well, apparently this painting was here for no reason.
Yeah, now I really
Distract you.
want to know how much it's worth.
Seebo's gonna climb up on his shoulders and get out, and then he's gonna pull himself out.
Okay, Seebo, do an
So
athletics roll.
we're not
see if you're
helping
gonna
you.
The enemy's got a
If I can
deeper
what?
pit.
They didn't anticipate 7 foot some odd.
Gotcha. Oh, wait, no, we didn't.
19.
Okay, yeah, you make it out.
I'm gonna hoist myself
And
out.
then,
I like
Joan,
my
do
sheet
a
better.
strength check, Joan.
14.
Okay, yeah, I think you're able to pull yourself
These are
up out of
rolls,
the
they're
pit.
Pretty good numbers. Besides when Seebo.
So,
I guess the painting might not be the way we need to go.
yeah, so as you look around, you see this thing that clearly was a secret door at one point. It's because there are shelves on the doorway, but it's been pushed open.
Rhomash heads that direction.
Pushed.
Oh, well, I guess that could have been a telltale sign.
So, yeah, you go in and you see this room with the remains of an old fire pit and a...
And the remains of a goblin in the fire pit.
Yeah, I think there's the bones
Yeah.
and kind of decaying corpses of several goblins in this room. Also a barrel of beer that was left in there.
Jones is gonna fill up his flask.
Whoa, is that beer?
Yeah, there should be enough in here for...
Seebo's just
You
gonna
as well.
dunk his head in the...
Oh, wait for me to get my bit.
and just start drinking.
Rhomash
Okay.
is gonna keep moving on.
I don't...
It's actually gone bad.
Joan then dumps the rest of his beer out.
Isn't he glad that Seebo went now?
Joe, that's some really good beer. You really want some of that?
For sure.
For sure.
Go ahead and roll a Constitution saving.
Can I help him? Can I just can I start patting him on the back to help him out, assist him?
Come on, burp.
What?
12.
Okay, you're gonna take 1 point of damage from
Fuck me.
from just poisoning your insides with this beer that's been sitting in here for months.
Rhomash is going to keep moving on.
Okay, yeah,
I'm guessing that's no good.
It's fantastic.
Let's keep moving.
Yeah, you move through the antechamber and into the library area from before, and you see all these books kind of in stacks, and there's a fireplace on the one side.
The corpse.
Let's say a couple more corpses.
Couple
a few more corpses.
Yeah, a couple more corpses.
Man, these adventures leave quite the servants in their wake, don't they?
And we don't.
Well, you said we're in a library?
All right.
Well, the one kind of study room.
Yeah. Could
Is
Seebo quickly just scan over these books and see if he sees anything linking back to the monocle of Latudu?
Okay.
His
While he's
prized
doing
artifact.
question: is the hidden passageway in this room still open? Since it wasn't broken, but just used?
Yeah, it's still open.
Okay.
I want you to do I guess you do an investigation check. 23. You do not see anything specifically relating to that. However, you do find 3 books that look like they are very valuable.
Alright, well, I take it this bookshelf that is slightly ajar is the way we are supposed to go.
Sounds reasonable.
You come up with that all by yourself.
I did, thank you very much, ma'am.
You're a real smart man, aren't you?
I mean, I'm just trying to move the story along, okay?
Good job, Joan.
He's just trying to get by with him and his boys.
So, yeah, you go down the passageway and come out, and as you come down, you see a room with a giant wolf statue at the end.
Rhomash is going to look at the wolf statue.
Okay.
And investigate, see what's up with it.
Okay. Do an investigation check.
It's a 6.
Okay.
Rolling for
Yeah,
15.
I mean, you don't see...
Wait, is it made out of stone?
Yes. You don't see anything particularly special in here.
I have advantage on investigation checks concerning stonework.
Are you gonna...
Okay, so you're
Yeah.
gonna investigate this.
We gonna apply this anytime soon?
Let's do this. That's 12. 14.
So as you look at this statue and you're admiring it, you sort of place your hand on the statue, and as you do, you hear a voice that says to you, "Who are you? What are you doing here?"
I think somebody said something about a lich.
What?
Who are you talking to?
Who are you talking to?
What are you talking about?
I think we should be a little worried about the dwarf talking to herself.
Can you guys not?
If you can offer me some sort of value, I might answer a question for you.
I hold up my medallion.
Do a charisma check for me here. And because you have your medallion, I guess I'll give you advantage since you're gonna try and leverage the medallion.
Fucking thank you. That was a 2.
Okay.
Oh fuck yeah, that's 20.
Okay. So you hold up the medallion, and what do you say?
I'm a high-ranking member of a very powerful guild. I don't need to give you anything. You tell me what I need to know.
You don't look like a high-ranking member of a guild.
Pulls up the medallion.
What a pretty thing. Will you give it to me?
No. I don't suppose I will.
Here I thought this was going to be an interesting conversation. I'm bored now. And with that, suddenly the space sort of right in front of you, almost from underneath the legs of where the statue is, kind of shimmers, and suddenly a large direwolf appears. And
Now what the hell did you do?
What the fuck did you do?
Whoa!
And so
The
this
fuck did I do?
Hey now!
So this direwolf is going to take a lunge at you, and is going to try and attack you here. The The direwolf rolls a nat 20,
Good God.
so 25
It's a big
against
motherfucker.
AC. Buddy, you're gonna take 14 points of damage from that attack as this wolf lunges forward and takes a large bite and just wraps around the side of your stomach.
Are we able to make an opportune strike?
No,
it did.
no,
rolling
that was the
initiative.
opposite strike. We're gonna roll some initiative here.
Hell yeah, baby.
Roll
Let's do
bones.
this.
10.
17.
5.
14.
14.
You have a higher
What's yours? 3?
2.
2?
Yeah, so you get to go first.
First up is gonna be Rhomash.
Rhomash is going to use his
One
bonus
directly.
action to turn into a direwolf.
Oh, you are, huh?
Fuck yeah! I've been waiting for this forever. Then he's going to attempt to attack the direwolf with his bite attack.
Okay.
I'm assuming Brunhilde is within 5 feet of the wolf.
It's less
Yeah, I mean, it literally has its teeth around her stomach right now.
Okay.
Can somebody get this goddamn wolf off me?
9.
Nope, not gonna hit.
Okay, and that is 10, which is also
Okay.
You turn into a dire wolf, and I think this other dire wolf is surprised a little bit, but
Brother.
you are not able to connect with either of your attacks. Next up will be Seebo.
Seebo's gonna take out his 2 daggers, and he's charging in with them.
Okay.
Alright, so that's gonna be 12 for the first attack.
That will not
hit. Oh, that's definitely not gonna hit.
What'd you roll?
A 3.
Okay. Yeah, no, that won't
AC's
hit it.
13. So, or
Uh,
14.
its AC is 14.
So, Brunhilde is up next.
So I'm gonna try to get the fuck out of this thing's mouth.
Okay. Do a, how are you gonna try and do that?
Let's try to pull the jaws off of me.
Okay, so do a strength check for me.
Why the fuck? 7.
Gotta keep
Okay, yeah, you are not able to get this wolf's jaws off of you, and I think you're going to take 2 more points of damage here.
Okay.
As you basically try to pry these jaws off, and then they sort of just clamp back down on you. We gotta wait for Mikhail now.
Girl.
He's got 1 more HP than this wolf does.
Mikhail's gonna draw his rapier and try to make a stab at this direwolf.
Well, he's not gonna
As a 22.
Okay, the
Probably not
22
worth it.
will hit, yes.
7 points of damage.
Okay. You lunge forward with your rapier and catch this wolf and give him a nice little cut. Next up is the dire wolf, who still has Brunhilde in his jaws. So I think the way we'll resolve this. Brunhilde, go ahead and do another strength check.
22.
Right as the wolf is kind of preparing to bring his jaws back down on you, you actually punch him in the nose, and he loosens up just enough that you can grab his jaws and pull him off of you. So instead of going after you, he is actually going to try to make an attack on Seebo. So that is a 13 against AC.
It's not gonna hit.
Okay. So Joan is up now.
Jonah's going to try and smack it in the fucking face with his quarterstaff.
Oh,
20 versus AC.
that'll hit him.
Damn.
Okay, and then that's 1d6. 3 points of damage.
Okay. Rhomash, we're up to the top of the order.
Rhomash is going to try to take another bite at this direwolf.
Okay.
20 against AC, which is obviously going to hit, which means I don't need to roll again, which is 15 against AC. That hit anyway. So, 7 points of damage. It needs to do it needs to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. That's a 6.
And it's knocked prone.
The dire wolf, formerly known as Rhomash, charges forward and comes at this other dire wolf and just like gets a nice hard bite out of his neck, and as he does so, pushes his front paws into this dire wolf and knocks him to the ground. So Seebo is up.
Alright, Seebo now seeing the underbelly of this direwolf, he's going to take his 2 daggers and charge for the wolf's stomach.
Okay.
First is going to be a 14.
Okay, that'll hit him.
And second is 14 again.
That'll also hit.
Yeah. Alright, and then 13.
You charge forward and stab this wolf with both your daggers in the gut, and he is not looking well. Brunhilde is up next.
I'm going to try to lop off this wolf's head with my great axe.
Go for it.
15?
That'll hit.
That's
Yeah.
a 6 damage.
He's
6
not the
damage?
character looking
Yeah.
for.
You swing your axe down and just barely miss the neck and catch right in the bone of the shoulder. And so this wolf is looking really bad off, but is still up. Mikhail is up.
I'm going to withdraw my rapier and go after it, actually with my light hammer.
Did you sheath it after the first one?
Yeah, and seeing that this wolf is looking badly wounded, actually going to draw my cast thunderous smite on the hammer.
Overkill, man.
For real.
And that's a 21.
That'll hit him.
Hey.
10 damage.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, Mikhail crushes this wolf's head in. There's a loud boom as you do so.
Wow, really had to prove that you're the best, huh?
The only kill was overkill.
And I think that for the next 5 minutes, everybody in the party is disoriented from a loud noise going off in such a small area. Did we disadvantage on any kind of investigation, perception, or any kind of skills that you have related to that? Also, for the next 5, I'm going to give, if anybody tries to make a ranged attack within the next 5 minutes, you'll have disadvantage as well.
Brunhilde's gonna look over at Seebo, put out her pinky finger, and make it show that she thinks that Mikhail has a very small donger.
Yeah, Brunhilde. Nice. Go.
So anyways, yeah, you guys have killed this wolf. What's next?
Brunhilde, who are you talking to?
A voice came out of that fucking statue.
What?
A voice came out of the statue. What did it want?
It wanted something shiny.
I would like to skin the wolf.
The voice said that you're tiny.
We have plenty of gold. Why didn't you just offer it gold?
I...
Ha ha! What do you mean we got mold?
Hey! We're talking about gold, Joan!
Oh, gold! Okay.
Then I
Why
would
didn't
like
you just
to,
offer it gold?
I would like to scan the room for where possibly not only the entrance, but the exit may be.
Okay.
15 on perception.
And roll again, because you have disadvantage.
So, the second one's actually better. 19.
Okay, 15 on the end. Okay,
Fucking-
so you can see this was just a small antechamber, and then going forward there is another small room, and you can kind of see sort of a bigger door in that room as well.
Tight. I'm gonna head that way.
Okay.
Rhomash will follow.
Oh, he's still the dire
He's still a wolf?
Fuck yeah.
Rhomash, would you mind perhaps not being a giant wolf?
Rather becoming a lizard again.
Yeah, alright. Whatever.
Rhomash keeps moving on.
Seems like he has something to prove, too.
The wolf has advantage on wisdom checks relying on hearing and smell, so would that just cancel out with the disadvantage?
No. Disadvantage is disadvantage, especially because it's caused by an external factor.
For 5 minutes.
For 5 minutes. So, as you enter the next room, you see this large, open room with a black slab in the center of it. And, the first thing you notice is that this room is occupied. There is a tall figure with red skin and jet black hair. He has on this set of metal armor, and a pair of red wings are furled behind his back. A long tail snakes out behind his legs.
Howdy.
Hello, good sir.
Shit.
What race is he?
You thought it was Jack, didn't you?
So this guy is a Cambion. So he lifts in his hand a metal spear with a sort of intricate and twisted design and points it at the five of you and says,
"Why are you here?"
Is it silver?
the spear
Yes.
is not silver.
Okay.
Although, Joe, go ahead and roll an investigation.
Disadvantage still, right?
Yes.
Okay. 18.
So you notice that although the spear is not silver, he has a large, intricately carved silver necklace hanging on a silver chain around his neck.
What are you saying about a steer?
"You are not welcome here.
Oh, not welcome here. Okay.
Go away.
Might I ask why?
You have no business here.
And what is your business here?
My business is my own. I do not answer to humans."
Okay, well, I don't answer to whatever you are, but... Yeah.
I am not a human.
I'm part elf.
I'm not
Not
elf.
one of us.
I mean, I'm
I
a
take
gnome.
offense to that.
None of us are
And he
human.
and he actually looks down and she goes,
And a drow elf at that.
I would like to draw my bow and take a
You filthy, gutter-crawling, want-to-be-great.
I mark him with Hunter's Mark and would like to make a strike.
okay.
He called you a gutter slut.
And as you're doing that, he continues and he says,
Your kind wanted to capture the darkness of the deep, and yet you couldn't even come close to us.
So my low roll was 23.
okay,
9 damage.
okay.
Mikael, you can't just go around shooting everyone that we meet. This is why we don't have any friends.
I'm not sure this is somebody that we want to be friends with.
I don't know who this gentleman is.
so
He
you-
seems quite friendly.
You
He's
fire
got
this,
goddamn horns.
you fire
He's
this
red.
arrow, and it catches him in the arm, and he actually just looks down and smiles at it, and just goes,
So that's the way it's going to be then.
Indeed, that is the way it must be if you're going to be racist.
So let's have Mikael and Rhomash. I want both of you to do a dexterity save.
Is that just a straight up and down, or is that disadvantage?
You have disadvantage on dexterity too.
11.
13.
As he is talking, suddenly the two of you feel sort of a tightness as you are wrapped by some sort of a rope or something of some kind, and then you both are going to take. You're both going to take 10 points of damage as two creatures drop down and bite into the side of your neck, right where your neck meets your shoulder.
Holy shit!
The hell? Rhomash, you look a bit different.
And
He's still
so
a direwolf, isn't he?
he is still a direwolf.
And I don't just mean the fact you're a direwolf.
So, and these creatures, as the other parts of the party that do not have these creatures directly behind them can see, these creatures have a large, black, bulbous body with 4 limbs. They look faintly humanoid, but have no perceivable neck. Their face just kind of comes out of the top of the body, and the mouth, where the mouth should be, is a large mandible. So, with that, I suppose we probably should roll some initiative here, boys.
We're trying to see.
That was smart of you guys. I really wanted to talk to this gentleman.
Okay.
Seemed like we could have got
22.
along quite nicely.
11.
15.
5?
15.
What's your initiative?
2.
So is mine.
That's what I thought.
8.
You
I
win.
go for...
Kicking off the top of the order is Mikael.
So I have to cast concentration.
You have to do
You have to do a
check.
concentration saving throw.
It has to beat 10.
12.
Okay, so you still have your Hunter's Mark active.
Cool. I'm still gonna go after the guy that I was, because Hunter's Mark.
Okay, so you actually
dude.
can't right now because you're wrapped up.
We're
So
entangled,
if you
so-
want to try and... You're actually being restrained by webbing. As your action, you can make a strength check to try and escape, and you need to beat an 11.
That's
Okay.
not bad.
Is that a saving throw or just strength check?
It's just straight up strength by
A
time.
strength check.
That's an 8.
Okay, so you are still restrained. So, Rhomash is up next.
Okay, Rhomash is going to try and break this thing holding him, I guess.
Okay.
That's a 15.
Okay, you are able to break out. That is your action. So you can move, but you cannot act.
Okay, I will move away from these creatures as far as I can around the podium and still be within, like, say 20 feet away from the guy. If I
Okay.
can. 50 feet directly away from them.
So, next up in the order is Brunhilde.
I'm gonna try to cut down Mikael out of his.
So B moves to M.
No, Mikael did not.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, with my short sword.
Okay, make an attack roll against the webbing.
Get her done.
14.
Okay, yeah, you are definitely able to cut through this. So, Mikael is now freed.
Thank you, Brunhilde.
Yeah, don't mention that. Now go over there and kill that fucker.
Next up is Laz. He is going to make a spell attack on Mikael. 14 to AC.
That will not hit.
A beam of fire comes streaking at you, and you are, I think just because you're just freed from this webbing, you're able to just sort of move out of the way as it goes harmlessly past you. Next up is Joan.
Joan is going to whip out his trusty revolver, and he is going to cast Chromatic Orb as a second level spell. Rip. I finally roll a nat 20.
He still got this.
23.
That'll hit him.
Fucking
Alright.
A.
I'm going to do lightning. Second level or higher, damage increases by 1d8 for each slot level above the first sighted second level spell. So... 20 damage.
So you shoot this bullet at him that just like crackles with this lightning energy, and it impacts directly into the middle of his chest. And as it does, it almost seems like as it hits him, it kind of dissipates more quickly than normal. And he's actually only going to take 10 points of damage.
Oh, well, this is good to know. Bitch, please.
Good to know that I'm finally competent and it doesn't matter.
So you either had the resistance.
It's
to
like
magic or
Thor hitting
resistance,
Iron Man with lightning.
electrical damage.
You have 400% capacity.
So next up is the creature that was next to Mikael. He is going to start with, just because of where he's standing, he's going to go back after Mikael again here. First he's going to try to bite Mikael. And that's a critical fail.
Do I have an opportunity
So
strike?
he takes this swing and it tries to bite you, and it is such a bad attack that you actually are able to push him back a little bit, and so his second attack trying to come in is not even close enough to land on you. So next up is going to be actually the second creature who was attacking Rhomash, who's now ran away. So he's going to go after the person that's next closest to him, which would be Seebo. 14 versus AC?
Nope.
Okay. And then 20.
Yep.
Okay, so he misses. He tries to take a bite at you, and he misses. But then he takes a swing with his claws and is able to connect on that one. So he does 7 slashing damage as his claws kind of tear through you. Seebo, you are actually going to be next here.
Yeah, my daggers are going right for his throat.
Okay.
5. Sorry,
Nope.
7 actually. 18.
18 will hit him.
10.
10 points, yeah, okay. Yeah, you hit him with your daggers, and he does not like that. That's a pretty solid hit on him. So now we're gonna go to Mikael.
So I'm still going to use my longbow. And I still have Laz marked.
Okay.
17.
Okay, you gotta roll again on that, because it's a ranged attack.
It's It's an 11.
That is not going to hit him.
Fuck.
Hey, you got us into this situation here. Rhomash is up next.
Alright, Rhomash is gonna try and take a running leap up the podium and attack him.
Okay.
I'm actually going to attempt to aim at his arm
Okay.
to try and break it as best I can when I try to bite him. 19.
That'll hit him.
That's 7 damage.
Okay.
Damn.
Brunhilde is up next.
Couple birds flying through here.
I guess I'm gonna take a swing at this guy with my great axe.
The one that's next to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not net or dirty 20.
Yeah, 20 is gonna hit him.
7.
7 points of damage, okay. Okay, so next up is Laz, and he is going to try and make an attack with his spear against this direwolf that's just jumped up at him. So first one is a 26.
Yeah, that hits.
And then he gets to make a second attack, and that's a 15.
Yeah, that'll hit too.
Okay.
Why did we
me?
choose to attack this guy?
Mikhail has problems.
That's 10 points of damage that he hits you for, as he takes his spear and brings 2 sharp jabs into the ribs of this direwolf. Next up is Joan.
Jonah's gonna be making his way downtown to this podium. And he's gonna take out his quarterstaff and try and beat the snot out of the dude.
Okay.
17 VAC.
That will not hit.
Well, shucky darn.
That's good to know.
So you, I think for Joan, it's just a big step up onto the podium. He's a giant now. And he takes a swing with this staff and does not quite hit him.
I can just imagine this long length.
I should also mention, this guy is just slightly shorter than Joan is.
Well,
so
at least he
they are-
can't be
How about that for the
intimidated.
So he's
intimidation
only
factor?
7 foot instead of 7'3".
Yeah, he's about 7 foot. Next up is going to be the creature number 1. He is going to try and go after Mikhail here. That's a 16.
Still not gonna hit.
Okay, and then he makes his second attack. Also not going to hit. That's an 11. So next up is the other creature who is still engaged with Seebo here. First one's going to be a 22. And second one's going to be a 16. Okay, so the first one, he lunges forward and tries to bite into your arm here. And he is going to hit you for... So 6 points of regular damage, and then also 5 points of poison damage on deck.
No, you're down.
And since you're down, Ezra, you were you're poisoned for a minute as well.
Which means...
Hold on.
It means jack shit.
I mean, it doesn't really matter, because I think if somebody comes to heal you, they're going to negate that effect.
Poison creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay, so you have disadvantage for this point. Unless you do a saving throw once you get back up. Seebo is up next, so I guess time to roll them bones for the whole saving throws here.
Roll, what, D20, and anything
Yes.
above 10 is a success, and
Yes.
anything below 10 is a failure.
Right.
Including 10.
And do I not anything?
That's
10.
a failure.
That's a failure?
That's failure.
1 to 10
That's
is a failure,
fun.
11 to 20 is a success.
Okay, Mikhail is up.
Does anyone have a potion
I'm
of healing?
still going after Laz.
Okay.
I'm drawing another arrow.
Okay.
Nat 20.
Well, you still got to roll against you have disadvantage.
Right.
Oh, that sucks.
13.
13 is not going to hit him. Rhomash is up. I'm not the one that made you shoot a loud noise in a confined space.
No, but you are the one who instilled the fact that it caused disadvantage on everybody, other than the fact that it caused a loud noise.
Those are
Anyway.
the fun unintended
Alright,
consequences of
Rhomash is going to
D&D.
try and bite him again.
Alright.
That's 19 against AC, because he's there at advantage, though I'm probably going to hit him anyway, so it doesn't matter. Never mind.
So, yeah, you are going to hit him.
15 points of damage, make a DC strength saving throw.
So 11.
He's not prone.
Okay. So he's on the ground right now.
Yep.
Brunhilde is up.
Or I'm gonna try to get another attack on my
You gonna go
Thanos.
by the one that's by you and me, Kyle?
Yep.
Okay.
21.
That'll hit him.
Okay, well, 15. Oh no, 16 damage.
Yeah, this guy gets hit and he recoils back from this large attack as you kind of give him a nice gash, like kind of caving in a little bit part of his chest, and he does not look super good. Laz is up next, and I think that he's tired of these arrows that are constantly coming at him, so he's gonna push Rhomash off of the top of him, and he's gonna
strength check.
I guess if you're pulling me down, I guess I'll roll a strength on that just to see if I can push you. He does not push you back at all.
That's a critical.
So you are actually, I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you advantage on your next attack against him.
Fuck yeah.
Because he wasn't able to push you away after that, so he's kind of exposed since he's not going to deal with you right away. Alright, so
advantage anyway.
so he's going to try and shoot his fire ray at Mikhail. 12, which isn't going to hit him.
No.
Second one is a 20.
Yeah, that'll hit.
13 points of damage as this ray of fire comes blasting out and smashes into Mikhail's chest. So, Joan, you were up next.
He's not prone anymore, is he?
No, he got up.
Can I make him prone when I attack? Like, sweep the leg with my quarterstaff?
Sweep the leg.
Well, I guess let's see if your attack's even gonna hit, and then we'll go from there.
That's a 12.
It's a moot point. Next up is the creature that is the number one over by Mikhail and Brunhilde. So he is going to try to go after Brunhilde, who just hit him with this big ol' strike. First attack is a 12.
No, and with that, I would like to use one of my superiority dice and use Repose.
Okay.
When a creature misses you with a melee attack, you can use your reaction and expend one superiority dice to make a melee attack against that creature. A 17.
Yeah, 17 will hit him.
Is that a skill, or...?
Yeah, it's, that comes with being a battle master. 19?
You cut one of his arms clean off, and he reels back, but he is still on his feet. He's looking really bad off, though. And with his one arm that is still attached, he's going to try and swing at you. That's going to be a 19.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
He hits me.
First time you got hit, though.
No.
Oh, second time?
6 slashing damage. The second creature is up, who, after now having downed Seebo, is going to run towards Mikhail and try to attack him.
Yeah.
Okay, so that one was a critical fail. So, Mikhail, I'm going to give you an opportunity to try and make an attack on him here.
7 doesn't hit.
Okay, yeah, that's not going to hit him. So he ducks underneath your rapier, and then he's going to take a swipe with his claw as well. And that is also not going to hit, because that's an 8.
Correct, that will not hit.
Seebo is up next. You got to do a saving roll here. Another fail. So now all of you kind of feel your senses sort of returning to you, and you no longer have disadvantage on your attacks. So Mikhail is up.
I would like to cross the distance between myself and Seebo and cast Lay on Hands for 5 points of healing. And that is all of my turn, because now I can't attack.
Hey, you're a good guy.
Alright, Rhomash is up.
Don't let me die.
Rhomash is gonna obviously take another bite at this loser.
Okay.
I don't need advantage because that's 22.
Okay, that'll hit him.
That's 13 points of damage. Make a saving throw.
So 16.
Oh yeah, you didn't get knocked prone.
Okay. So I think you break this arm, and he actually drops his spear. So,
Turn over on down.
Brunhilde.
I'm gonna attack number 1 again.
Killing it would be a good idea.
I'm hoping so, dude. 14?
14 will hit him.
Okay. 16 points of damage.
Okay, yeah, and with one final cleave, you swing around and cut, like, right through this dude, and he is down and done. Laz is up now. Joan, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
7.
Suddenly, you hear a voice coming to you. The voice of Laz speaks out, and he says,
Shoot the wolf.
and for some reason, you feel strangely compelled to do so.
Shoot the wolf.
And Joan is now charmed.
Is Wolfmash within 5 feet of me?
Correct.
Yes.
I have disadvantage. It's probably just going to be a regular gunshot then.
I suppose so. That's all he said was shoot the wolf. I mean,
Unless you mean it.
I mean, I guess how is Joan interpreting that? Is he just going to take a normal shot, or is he going to?
Second level chromatic orb.
Is he taking?
No.
I mean, I guess
Shoot
that's.
the wolf just sounds like shoot him with a bullet. So
Okay.
I'm going to shoot him with a bullet. So you got saved because that's only going to be a 7 VAC.
That's definitely not going to do it.
To 21.
That's
VAC.
That's half of my AC.
So now it is Joan's turn. Can you attack someone who's charmed you?
I think you have to make a
No.
saving throw
No,
to
you-
get rid of
The
the
saving
charm.
throw to get rid of the charm.
It's fiendish charm.
Oh.
So I don't think he can try to get rid of that.
Can attack the charmer or target the charmer with harmful abilities or magical effects. Has advantage on any ability check to interact socially with the creature.
So I guess then I take over Joan's turn or tell him what to do.
Alright, what am I doing?
Again, Laz looks at Joan and says,
Get rid of that elf for me.
Get rid of the elf for you. He's going to charge at the elf with his quarterstaff. That is 21 VAC.
That'll hit.
5 damage.
I am down.
next up is the second creature who I think is going to jump over Mikhail's body and go after Brunhilde here. That is a critical fail on that attack, so you're going to have a chance to make an opportunity strike.
Can I
here.
do 2 with repos?
I guess if you want to expend a superiority die, I guess you could do 2 attacks then.
Let's freaking do that. Let's get this guy out of the way. 16 on the first one.
That hits.
21 on the second one.
That'll also hit.
Alright, first attack is 8.
Okay.
Second attack is a 15.
Yeah, this guy came at you fully expecting to be able to get a hit in on you, and long story short, you just wrecked him. And he stumbles back, and as he's stumbling, he's going to try and make a sort of a half-hearted swipe at you with his claws. So I'm actually going to give him disadvantage on this. So that's a 9, so it's not going to hit you. So Mikhail is up, and since you're down, we need a save throw.
3 is going to be a fail.
That's going to be a fail. Wolfmash is up.
Wolfmash is going to pick the spear up in his jaws and leap off the podium and rush to Mikhail. He's going to turn back into Rhomash, and he's...
Still spear in the mouth, or are you dropping that when you turn back?
No, I still have my mouth.
Okay.
He's just carrying the spear in his mouth for now.
Thank
And
you
he's
for
going
that.
to cast Cure Wounds as a 2nd level spell on Mikhail. So you get 6 HP back. And now I have a spear on me. Is this spear special anyway? Or is
It's
it
good at
just a
stabbing
spear?
things.
It has the stats of a spear.
Alright.
It's just, I mean, it's intricate. It's probably worth something, but it's not, it doesn't have special stats to the spear itself. So, Brunhilde is up next.
I'm gonna give this guy an attack.
Okay. You going after the guy that's still next to you, right?
Totally, dude.
Okay.
18.
That'll hit him.
10.
You actually cut one of his legs off, and so he is sort of like, kind of balancing himself, kind of almost down on all fours with his 2 arms and his leg, and he is looking not well off.
Come at me, you pansy!
So Laz is up next, And having seen Rhomash just do his little shapeshift and heal Mikhail, he is going to try and fire off a fire ray. Rhomash.
And
So 11 on the first attack.
Nope. To me?
And then 13 on the second attack.
Nope.
Okay, so he does not hit you with that. So next up is Joan. Laz yells out,
Set fire to the dragon.
Set fire to the dragon. And he is going to cast Firebolt. 20 VAC.
Yeah, that hits me.
Alright, so that is 3 damage.
which means 1, right?
Yeah, because you round down.
Yeah.
Hey, hit something.
So, next up
Wrong target.
is the creature. He's actually going to scamper away from Brunhilde, who's been beaten
opportunity!
and is going to actually
If he
try
lets
to get at Seebo here.
Hey, attack of opportunity.
Okay.
That's 11.
That does not hit him.
How the hell do you whip
So
this beyond
he's
me?
gonna
Make that fucking
run at
block.
Seebo. 12 versus AC? Nope. Okay, and then the second attack here is a nat 20.
Get back here, you bloody spoon! I'm not done with you yet!
God damn it! Do I need to keep healing
I'm
people?
looking to die again.
I mean, you are the healer.
18 points of damage.
Good. Fuck!
A single fucking attack?
It was nat 20. It doubles damage.
Yeah. So he catches you with his claws, and I think he gets you like
You have
literally
not been dead for the entire fight.
like side of the neck all the way down.
You
to
were
your
alive
head.
for a little
Just
while. He healed
rips
you.
apart.
So, Rhomash
Alright,
saved
let's
me.
move-
Seebo,
Guys,
do another
it's
roll for me.
Hey, look, critical fail.
That's worth 2
That's
fails.
2.
Awesome.
Mikhail, you're up.
You're definitely gonna need to heal, guy.
Oh, yeah. I'd like to use my turn to cross the distance between me and Seebo and use another 5 of my points from my healing pool to heal him.
Thanks, big guy.
At the end of my turn, I would like to cast Shield of Faith,
Okay.
and I'm casting it on myself.
Okay.
A shimmering field appears and surrounds a creature of your choice within range, gaining +2 bonus to AC for the duration. And I have my shield out.
Rhomash is up next.
He's wearing armor, right?
Yes. What he's wearing is actually scale mail.
Then I'm gonna cast Heat Metal on his scale mail. It's glowing red hot. He takes 2d8 fire damage. That's 5 fire damage, and he has disadvantage on any attack he makes until the end of or the beginning of my next turn.
Brunhilde is up.
So, I'm gonna run over to the thing that tried to scamper away from me.
Fucking
I'm gonna kill
that
it.
thing.
Okay,
Kill
go
both
for
of
it.
them.
17.
Okay, that hits him. And, I mean, damage rolling is irrelevant. He had 1 HP left.
Okay.
So, yeah, you plant this axe square in his back, and he is down. Laz is up next, and he is going to try to shoot a fire ray at Rhomash. So I have disadvantage on
You have
these?
disadvantage on all attacks.
12.
Nope.
17.
That one will hit.
Okay. It's 10 points of damage.
Alright, and it's fire damage, I assume?
As this.
Alright, so I
Well,
only take flank
yeah,
damage.
fire
So,
damage.
yeah,
Yeah,
I only take
fire
fire
damage.
damage.
So Joan is up next, and he says,
Kill the little woman.
Kill the little woman. I'm going to use our revolver, and I'm going to cast Chill Touch. 21 VAC.
Yeah, you hit me.
When you're charmed and finally get good rolls on your teammates. Here we go. So you take 8 damage, and you cannot regain hit points until the start of my next turn. And until then, a hand clings to you. This necrotic chill hand.
so that's 8 points of damage on Brunhilde. So next up is Seebo.
yeah. I mean, I was gonna ask how unarmed, or I mean, like I do have bludgeoning weapons with the butts of my daggers.
You can specifically say if you're gonna.
You can do
try
an
and-
unarmed strike.
An
where
unarmed
you can
strike
just
is
hit him.
is 1 plus.
I was
your
just gonna
strength
say because I remember
Is
that
what?
you can
1 plus your strength mod.
You can do you can try and deal like non-killing attacks. Like your goal isn't to kill them, but to still you basically knock them down to no
Sure.
HP or whatever.
I think that would probably be a better idea than me trying to pull out my bone.
Okay. So you're going to try to attack Joan?
Yeah, with the butts of my dagger.
Okay.
24.
Yeah, no, that'll hit.
Damn.
And then 20.
And even before modifiers, that'll hit too.
Alright, and then
It's a good thing you got like no AC.
9 damage.
Okay.
So you take the 9 damage, and then you need to also make a wisdom saving throw there, Joni boy.
14.
You are uncharmed.
What? Seebo! I'm about to punch you right in your
Hey, he's back! Except I don't remember any of this because I was on the ground the entire time that you were charmed.
Mikael is up next.
Pretty bad. You should be
Alright. I believe I have to remark laws.
Yes, because you went down, so you automatically lose concentration then.
Then I cast Thunderous Smite on my rapier and make a dash at Laz.
So I need you to do an athletics check.
Critical fail.
Okay. You do not make it up on top of the platform. You're laying in front of the...
Fuck a duck. I can't do jack shit this game.
That's how I feel.
So you were laying on the ground in front of the slab right now. Okay, Rhomash is up next.
Rhomash is going to use his last wild shape to turn into a bear,
Okay.
making
You
his
might have to take him.
fucking multi-attack! His first one is 23 against AC,
That'll hit.
and his second one is a critical fail. The
Okay.
first one's a bite, the second one was his claws. His first one is 12 piercing damage. Bonus action, Rhomash is going to recast Heat Metal as a bonus actions for 2 more D8 fire damage. 2 more points of damage, fire damage.
Okay. So, because you did a critical fail on that second attack, he is going to have an opportunity attack on you, and he's going to try and shoot a fire ray at you.
He's got disadvantage, by the way, because of Heat Metal.
So, 14.
Nope.
So he does not connect with that. Brunhilde is up next.
Please kill him.
Do I have to do like a
You're going to need to do an athletics check to get up. How tall are you?
4 feet tall? 10?
A 10 is not going to do it. So Brunhilde is also down here on the bottom right next to Mikael.
Can I shoot my crossbow at him?
I think if you back up a couple steps, you can see him. So I'll let you do that.
Okay. I don't hit.
Okay. So, Laz is up next.
Who's he gonna kill?
He has disadvantage on his attacks, so probably no one.
I think he's still trying to go after, Bearmosh here. Because he's kind of the present threat. 9.
No.
9's not gonna hit him.
No.
So next up is Joan.
I'm going to cast another second level chromatic orb. 24 VAC.
That'll hit him.
And it's going to be cold damage.
Okay.
$27 damage.
That is halved, so that's 13 points of damage. Joan steadies his revolver. I think he actually puts his offhand onto his wrist so he gets a nice clean shot. And as he squeezes the trigger, this orb comes flying out, sort of a blue light with the bullet suspended in the middle of it, and comes flying forward. And as it does, it just impacts directly into the chest of Laz, and as it hits, you see this cold iciness spread across his chest, and he staggers back and looks at you all and just goes,
How
and then falls over and is dead.
Howdy cadabra.